All right, so today we're heading to Italy,
Okay.
to Pietrasanta specifically.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it does. We're going to do a deep dive into this event called Studi Aperti.
Mhm.
It's happening December 7th, 2024,
Okay.
and it's not like a normal, art gallery thing.
Oh,
This is like where you can get behind the
that's
scenes
cool.
and actually see the artists in their studios and how they work.
So you get to like see the whole process
Exactly.
and like the energy of how the art's actually
Yeah,
made.
that's a good way to put it. So the energy that goes into creating art. And we've got a flyer here and also like a listing from Elevance.
Okay, cool.
And they both give us some information about this. And basically, Studio Pretty Too Lucky is like they open all these studios up along this street called Via Sarzanes.
Okay.
And it's open all day.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you can just wander around at your own pace and just explore all the different studios.
That's really neat. I'm picturing like an art lover's dream.
I know. And Pietrasanta isn't just any town. It's got this nickname, Little Athens.
Little Athens. Why is it called that?
I know, right? It's so intriguing. Why Little Athens? I was wondering if you knew.
Well, it goes way back. Pietrasanta has a really long history with marble.
Really?
Yeah. You know, Michelangelo,
Yeah.
he actually sourced marble from the quarries near there.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah. And so over time, this connection with stone and then also later with bronze drew tons of artists to Pietrasanta.
So it just naturally became like an artist hub.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So now you've got this legacy of sculpture and craftsmanship
Yeah.
and, people who really appreciate the arts. And it's been going on for a really long time.
Wow. So this event isn't just about going and seeing art.
Right.
It's like stepping into a place with this deep artistic tradition.
Exactly. It's about the context.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing contemporary art, but, all these artists from the past have been inspired by this same place.
It adds like a whole other layer to it.
I know, it's really cool.
So the studios will be open from 9 to 6.
Mhm.
And there seems to be like a really wide variety of artists. This flyer mentions like these big names, but then they also say emerging talent.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what is emerging talent in the art world?
Well, I think they're talking about artists who are maybe like newer,
Okay.
early in their careers,
Yeah.
but they're showing a lot of promise
Okay.
and they have like a really unique vision.
So they might be the next big thing.
Yeah, you get to see like cutting edge art and these fresh perspectives.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
The element of discovery.
I know.
Speaking of names, there's actually a list of some of the artists on here.
Oh, cool.
Let's see, Alessia Rossi, Carlos Del Bravo, Francione Mastromarino,
Okay.
Officine Giovanni da Monreale. Those are just a few that I saw.
It seems like a pretty good mix of styles.
Yeah.
Like Alessia Rossi does these incredible sculptures.
Yeah.
And they really capture like the energy of those marble quarries that we were talking about.
Wow.
Yeah. And then someone like Carlos Del Bravo,
Mm-hmm.
he has a completely different style.
Okay.
He uses like found objects and mixed media. It's cool. It seems like they're trying to show all the different stuff happening in Pietrasanta.
Yeah. So it's not just like one particular style.
No.
And the flyer also mentions tradition and design and photography and new artistic trends.
That's great.
So it sounds like a good mix.
They're trying to appeal to a wide audience.
Yeah.
It's not just for serious art collectors.
Right.
It's for anyone who's curious about art
Mm-hmm.
or, the creative process or just Pietrasanta in general.
Yeah. And they really seem to want you to interact with the artists, too.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, they want you to actually talk to the artists and see how they work.
Yeah, so it's not just like passively observing.
Right.
You're actually part of it.
Yeah. So, like, breaking down the barriers between the artist and the viewer.
Yeah, exactly. You can have like a dialogue about the art.
Okay. So I'm sold.
Me too.
I'm picturing myself just walking down the street,
Yeah.
popping into these amazing studios, and then maybe even talking with a sculptor as they're working.
And don't forget about the painters
Oh, yeah.
and the photographers. Like you might even see a piece come to life right in front of you.
I know, that would be amazing.
You really don't get that opportunity very often.
Okay, so for anyone who's planning to go to Pietrasanta on December 7th, what are the details?
Well, it's free.
Okay.
It's open to everyone. The studios are all along Via Sarzanes. And the official address is Due Laghi Pietrasanta, Via Sarzanese Svolta, via Barsatelli Località Vecchiuscio.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
I know.
Yeah.
They recommend if you're using GPS, just put in via Barsatelli Caniori.
Okay.
It's easier to find.
Okay.
So no tickets or anything, just show up.
Awesome. Anything else we should know?
Just make sure to wear good shoes
Oh, yeah.
because you'll be doing a lot of walking.
That's a good tip. It sounds like a really unique opportunity to experience the art in Pietrasanta.
It really is. And remember, it's not just about like looking at the finished art.
Right.
You get to meet the artists and talk to them about their inspiration and their techniques,
Yeah.
and you get to hear their stories.
So it's almost like choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
You can focus on a specific artist or just wander around and see what you find.
Exactly. You get to discover new things.
So what do you think our listener might take away from this experience?
Ooh, that's a good question. Like, if you were to go to one of these studios, what would you be curious about?
Yeah.
What would you ask the artists? What would inspire you about their work?
That's a good point. Because art is all about connecting with the artist and the work itself.
And with your own creativity.
Exactly.
So if you're planning a trip anytime soon, think about adding Studi Aperti Tulagi to your list.
Yeah, it might surprise you.
It really might.
You never know what hidden talent or passion you might discover. Now, you mentioned earlier that this event might appeal to even those who don't consider themselves art people.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that?
Well, I think sometimes people can be intimidated by the art world. Like
Yeah.
they feel like they need to be an expert
Right.
or know a lot about art to appreciate it,
Yeah.
which isn't true at all.
I've definitely felt that way before.
Yeah.
Walking into a gallery and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I need to understand everything.
Exactly. But I think this event is different.
Okay.
It's more about the experience
Okay.
and connecting with the art.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to be an expert
Right.
to be curious and inspired.
Right.
And you can talk to the artists too.
Yeah. It's about making art accessible.
Exactly.
I like that.
And I think seeing how the art is made
Mhm.
is really powerful.
Yeah.
It like demystifies the process.
Right.
It makes it more human.
Yeah.
Like you can see the artist working
Mm.
and you realize it's not magic.
Right.
It's like a lot of hard work and dedication.
So you might see them like struggling with an idea or
Yeah.
trying something new.
Exactly.
And I think anyone can appreciate that,
Yeah.
whether they're into art or not.
It shows the human side of it.
Yeah.
And, just being around that creativity can be
Yeah.
really inspiring.
I know. It can spark something in you.
Mm.
So this deep dive has shown that Studi Aperti is more than just art.
Yeah.
It's about connecting with creativity
Yeah.
and finding the artist within yourself.
So imagine you're walking through those studios.
Yeah.
What catches your eye? What do you want to know more about?
Yeah. What questions would you ask the artists?
What inspires you about their work?
Because art is a reflection of ourselves.
Yeah. It's about our experiences and our dreams.
And engaging with it can enrich our lives.
Absolutely.
So if you're in Pietrasanta on December 7th, 2024,
Yeah.
you should definitely go to Studi Aperti.
Explore and connect with the art.
And you might surprise yourself.
You never know what you'll discover.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people feel intimidated by art.
Oh, no, you mean?
They think they need to know a lot about it
Yeah.
to appreciate it.
Yeah.
But that's just not true.
Yeah, sometimes you walk into a gallery and
Right.
you're like, what is going on here?
Exactly. But Studi Aperti Tulagi, I think it's different. It's more about the experience of seeing art being made
Okay.
and, connecting with that process.
Right.
So you don't need to be an expert
Okay.
to be curious
Right.
or to be inspired
Yeah.
or even to talk to the artist.
Yeah, it's like it makes art less intimidating.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
breaks down those barriers.
I like that.
And seeing art being made is really cool.
Yeah.
It kind of demystifies it.
Right.
Makes it more human and relatable.
Yeah.
Like instead of just seeing the finished piece,
Uh-huh.
you see the artist actually working on it
Yeah.
and you realize it's not magic.
Right.
It's a lot of hard work
Yeah.
and sweat and maybe some struggle
Yeah.
and making these decisions about the art right there in the moment.
Yeah. So you might see them hitting a chisel or, mixing paints. And
Right.
you realize it takes a lot of effort.
It does.
And I think anyone can appreciate that, no matter what their background is.
Totally.
And sometimes just being around that creativity,
Yeah.
it can inspire you.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't consider yourself an artist,
You might want to try something new.
yeah, pick up a paintbrush.
Yeah.
Or try sculpting.
Oh,
Or just start looking at the world differently.
I think that's a great point.
Yeah. So Studi Aperti Tulagi, it's more than just an art event.
It is.
It's like an invitation to connect with your own creativity.
I love that.
Yeah, and to find that inner artist in yourself.
So think about it.
Yeah.
If you were walking through these studios,
Mm-hmm.
what would catch your eye? What would make you stop and look?
Yeah, and what would you want to ask the artists?
What inspires you about their work?
Yeah, because art is a reflection of us.
It is.
It's about our experiences and our dreams.
And when we engage with art,
Hmm.
whether we're making it or just observing it,
Yeah.
it can make our lives richer.
Well said.
So if
Yeah.
you're in Pietrasanta on December 7th, 2024,
Yeah.
check it out.
Go to Studi Aperti Tulagi.
Explore, discover, connect.
Yeah, and who knows?
You might surprise yourself.
Fe-
You might find something you never expected.
That's the beauty of it.
All right, well, that was Studi Aperti.
So cool.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive,
Of course.
and we'll see you next time.
Bye.